Well, good evening. Just to wrap up the council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for July 14th. As we have been doing over the past, we had an update from Julie Kennedy on our road construction. Everything's still going well over on the Fairgrounds property, and the bike lanes and some of the other projects in Grand Rapids are on time and on schedule, so that's good. Under public forum this evening, resident Rick Luthen, who lives at 1410 West 5th Street, was in and chatted a little bit about a dock that he had put in on some property that he has mowed and maintained. At one point in time, it had been a part of the Luthen families, and then apparently it was vacated back over, so now it's a city. The question is whether or not you can have a personal dock on city property. So we're going to do some further work on that, and we will be getting back to him on what our options were. A couple of things on the consent agenda that's worth mentioning. We're entering into another year with the school liaison officers up at the school for the 2014-15 year. We approved a couple of change orders on 4th Avenue Northeast and 7th Avenue Northwest reconstructions, as well as the citywide Reamer to Shepherd and 1st Avenue Northeast Friesen additions. So those were taken care of this evening. An unusual one, I'm not sure if it's really unusual, but it's different for us. We had a request to adopt a resolution accepting almost $25,000 worth of tactical equipment that came in from the Northeast Law Enforcement Administrators Council to the City of Grand Rapids. So certainly are very appreciative of Chief Denny's work in going out, and whether it was soliciting or the discussion that was had between those two entities, but it allows us to accept almost $25,000 worth of tactical equipment, which is very, very much appreciated. And we also accepted the resolution authorizing the award prior to school starting to do the construction of the streets, the safe routes to schools, which is the sidewalks up around the middle school area, to Hammerland Construction for an amount of $191,000. Moving into the regular agenda, a lot of administration issues that needed to be taken care of this evening. We approved under the police department the work that we're doing with the hospital for security officers. So we approved two full-time, Jeff Lyman and Carl Fisher, and then some appointment of some part-time ones, Greg Deutsch, Carl Newman, Joel Rabbers, Samantha Perry, Jeffrey Rorick, and Gary DeGuayo. Keep in mind that these do not give access or put them in the queue for moving into police department on the city side, but it does give us an opportunity to provide security for the hospital, with the hospital picking up that tab. We passed the 2.7% increase at Waste Management and had some discussion around garbage and recycle pickups inside the city and outside, well, actually technically in the city, but outside the old city limits out in so what used to be common as the rural areas of Grand Rapids that are now in the city limits, and how that would work. So there'll be some further discussion along those lines as we go forward. That was approved. We accepted the resignations of Mary Saxton from the clerk 3 at the library and Dustin Lane as a firefighter. We approved an award of a contract. Our roof at the arena has been leaking for some time, so we approved a contract to get that work done for about $329,000 to Nelson Roofing, so that'll be happening shortly. We approved the language. We've been doing a lot of talk lately on the local sales tax and the impact and how we could use that money to help lower costs within the city, and the benefits that residents within the city would achieve through property tax reductions and the elimination of assessments for a 5-year period through the CIP if successful under a referendum. So that referendum language was approved tonight, and you'll be seeing that on the ballots coming up in November. And then we also approved a land lease with Deere Hired Hands at the Public Works Garage property. That's out by the Showboat Landing area out in there. So if you're wondering what to do with some brush or some trees or some not garbage, but on the wood side, that's where you would be taking that. We had a public hearing tonight on ordinance that would define some of our space needs on what you'd pay for land and parkland dedication. In lieu of dedicating the land, you'd pay a fee schedule. So we approved that, and then we approved the fee schedule as well, and we paid the bills, a little over $1 million, and we look forward to talking with everyone again on the 28th of July. Hope everyone has a nice rest of this week. It's supposed to be sunny. Get out and enjoy the good weather.